Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, 'cause we're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. Yes, we're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
Yo, it's your boy OD the GM. And surprising news of the Davy today. Team has fired Flores. And I was in my feelings for 2 weeks. I felt Flo didn't get the team ready to play the Tennessee game. I felt he did a horrible job in preparing that team to compete. I feel we're just, and it may just be my bias, but I feel we were just as good as Tennessee at the time without having Derrick Henry. And we laid an egg. I felt our defense is just as good, if not better. They had a stronger O-line. I felt our quarterback was just as good, or maybe a tick underneath Tannehill. And we just didn't compete. The game plan sucked. When they said the game plan was to push the ball down the field, you had to know it was raining. It's going to be rainy and cold. Everyone knows that. But your game plan was to push the ball down the field in the wet. That didn't make much sense to me. Tennessee's game plan was to take the ball out of Tannehill hands and just run it. And a lot of people said our defense folded. We couldn't stop that run. What you expect the defense to do? At the end of the day, you feel as if the defense is not human beings. They're just called defense. No, they are human beings. And if the offense keep going 3 and out, short drives, 3 and out, they keep coming back. They held up as long as they could have. But at some point, they're going to get tired and they can't tackle anymore. They can't get to the spot quick enough. They were on the field almost all game. I don't understand why we didn't run the ball. We were successful when we did. Why didn't we just keep trying to run the ball? Those conditions called for running the ball. I don't understand. The firing of Brian, with that said, the firing of Brian Flores showed me there's more dysfunction in this organization that I thought there was. Apparently they said he don't get along, and we know that. Like Big O said, he's an asshole. He's the Dame Dash of football. He's a king-size asshole. He holds people to a standard. Players, coaches, he takes no shit. You don't want to hear your jokes. He come here to coach a football team, and he has his way of doing things. But I thought that's what we wanted. I thought the culture in South Florida needed to change. We've had these easygoing coaches here for a long time, and we wanted players not to get caught up in the South Beach life. They were here to play ball. And this is what Flo was all about. And since he brought that demeanor with him, that tough demeanor with him, I'm not on the inside. I don't know all the ins and outs, obviously, but I thought we wanted someone to be football first. Sure, he may act like Belichick without the Belichick resume, but I thought he could get there. I felt he was a talented coach. He just needed to reevaluate himself like he said he was going to do. And there are some things he needed to change. He said it. And I felt he was going to I honestly felt he was going to turn the corner this year. And bring in some grizzled veteran coaches to help on the offensive side of the ball. And back-to-back winning seasons. First time since 2000. But we let the guy go. And what more confusing is you figured out who's the snitch. Maybe he and Chris Greer butt heads a few times, getting rid of players Chris Greer gave contracts to, that wasn't working out behind the scenes. Guys trying to challenge him and whatever. And he, want to maintain his grip on the locker room and not have a guy that's going to come and divide the locker room or turn the locker room against him because of the way he does business. These players have had it soft for too long in Miami. And now you have a guy that's football first, and you allow Chris Greer to manipulate the owner again to get rid of this guy. I don't understand if Don Marino had a say in this, but I mean, these guys are pros, man. You come to play ball, man. I get it, his style is strong. He rubs coaches the wrong way, players. But, wow. We had 2 winning seasons. I was beginning to like being a Dolphin fan again. I was not being the butt of the jokes. And the owner does this. I mean, this owner needs to get out of his own way. We got to pray for new ownership, guys. This is the first time I've ever said it. It's divided, some guys are glad he's gone. They felt he can't put together an offensive staff. Yada, yada. But what are we going to get? We going back to mediocre now? Are we? 7-10? 8-9? Or worse? It's the guy who pulled us up to respectability. I mean, this firing, I don't know. You can see I'm at a loss for words. I remember when Jim Caldwell got fired. I think he had 3 out of 4 winning seasons, playoffs twice or somewhere along those lines, and they fired him. It was confusing. That had to have been something racist. There's no way you get a guy who brought you from being a horrible football team to respectability and you fire him. Jim Caldwell. And Chris Greer staying. Why can't this owner just, if you're going to make a decision, just clean house? This was some shocking news to me this morning. I felt like someone died. We saw improvement in a lot of players, especially the defensive side of the ball. The offensive side of the ball, I felt was the next domino to drop. But maybe his attitude and the slow development of that side of the ball just was too much. I guess, and that 1-7 start, losing to teams like Jacksonville and Atlanta. These are the teams what Those games would have put us in the playoffs, and I guess losing those games compounded with the fact that what took you so long to figure out that you had to go back to playing the style of defense that you played last year. Like, these are the things I questioned the coaching staff early on about. And I was like, wow, those things may have led to him being fired. And the slow development of the offensive players, especially the quarterback. Because you had Greer and Mr. Ross going to Alabama every week to watch Tua play, and they weren't seeing the type of play that they saw down here in South Florida. Maybe all of us, maybe coaching is the key. To that, I agree with that. Coaching has something to do with it. Maybe Tua still isn't fully healthy. Because after watching Herbert play the Raiders last night, even though he lost, the throws he made that seemed effortless. I noticed, I see now Tua's arm just isn't what I thought it could be. His accuracy, I see it isn't as good as it should be, but he's a young player, and everybody know I'm a Tua guy. I love the kid. I love the way he is raised. I loved his press conference after the loss to Tennessee. Like, he sat there like he just didn't give a shit. Like, he was sick and tired of it. Like, yeah, whatever. And because he know he would have gotten all the hate and all the questions. But he did not progress. Your young quarterback, he said he is all about developing players. But your young quarterback is not progressing. This coaching staff, like Omar Kelly says, everybody's a level above what they should be. Your OCs should just be position coaches. Your position coaches should be assistants. And I love Flores for saying that someone has to give these coaches an opportunity, a shot. And I'm all for that, but this is the National Football League. At some point, you're going to need a veteran coach, veteran guys in that locker room that have seen a lot of football that can help guide this team. And the same thing on the field. You can't win with just young players. You can't just keep on running guys out of the building if you can't manage them. Guys, you can suspend guys. You can keep guys off the field if you have to. But you don't have to chase them out of the building. You don't have to cut them. This is a bittersweet day for me. Sweet because of maybe the possibilities of a coach that can get our offense in the right direction, because we have talented defensive pieces. But Chris Greer is still in charge of these draft picks. And his 2021 draft is a lot better than his 2020 draft. But he's still in charge, and I'm not. He's been here long. He's been a part of all of the dysfunction in this organization. He's still here. People like him because he doesn't have an ego. But you have to act like the HNIC. And he should have established that with Flo if Flo was too demanding on him. I am, as a Dolphin fan, I just started to feel good. Back-to-back winning seasons. I had something to rest my hat on. But now we back in this hiring cycle again. You just don't know where we're going to go. And that's the sad part about it. But time will tell. OD the GM. Make a link.